Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, I want to talk about something interesting but could be controversial. That is, I'm going to talk about overrated legendary champions in this game. Alright? By overrated, I mean these champions could be overrated by the raid community, or it could be overrated by the in-game rating. So I know that you guys probably have a different opinion about certain champions. I think that's totally fine, but the first disclaimer is the champions I'm going to mention in this video, they are not bad champion. Alright? Like all these champions are at least, I would say, above average probably. It's just like by overrated, I mean if you think this is the best champion in the game, and I think this is just probably a top 20 champion, not the best champion, that means they're overrated. So the champion itself can still be very top tier. It's just not as good as you think they are. Alright, so without further ado, let's just get into it. Alright, so first let me get into today's sponsor, TeraBox. So TeraBox is a free cloud storage app. So you will get 1024 gigabytes free space just by downloading TeraBox. And this is an app that can save you money and never run out of memory. With TeraBox, you can store approximately 3 million photos, 2,500 plus video files, or 6.5 million documents page. And uploading photos, videos, documents, and other files from your devices secure and safe. Access all the content you have stored in cloud storage, no matter what device it came from. Even seamless file transfer is possible with TeraBox. High-speed download and high-speed upload. It allows you to transfer big files. PC version available as well. Download now with the link in the description and pin comments below and get free cloud space. Let's just walk through all the legendary champions by faction. First, Battlelord. Is there any champion here that I think is overrated? Currently, yes. There's one legendary champion here that I think is really not that great anymore. That is Septimus. Septimus used to be very popular back in the days, before the stage 25 dungeon came out and before the Doom Tower fix came to the game, which an enemy max HP skill cannot exceed 10% of boss max HP. When we didn't have that in the game, Septimus was amazing champion, everybody's dream champion for PvE content in the game. But right now, the sad thing about this champion is literally you can bring an Arminger in your dungeon team or Doom Tower team. An Arminger is just better. Arminger has a max HP skill which is 2 turns cooldown, and this is 4 turns cooldown, right? I mean, it can only do 10% of max HP anyways, right? Why not just use an Arminger, which Arminger skill has 2 turns cooldown. So about Septimus, I think these reviews are not accurate anymore. I think, yeah, he's just like a rare champion, sorry, a uncommon champion is better than this one. So it's unfortunate, but it's really not this champion's fault, it's this game's fault. Alright, next, let's go to High Elf. Is there any champion here that I think is overrated in the game? I think there is actually. There's Ethos. Alright, might be controversial. Ethos is super popular. Look at this ratings, 3,400 reviews with this type of review. And I think Ethos is Hell Hades' favorite champion. He said that in one of his videos. But honestly, like, this is a very traditional AoE damage dealing champion, right? And I think there are just so many good AoE damage dealing champions in the game that are better than Ethos, seriously. And like very good example is Magnar, which is a epic champion, deals way more damage than an Ethos. I mean, the good thing about Ethos is both of his skills are AoE, but like I think his skill kit doesn't really make sense. Like, this is always critical, right? But if you want the A2s to do damage, you still need to build crit. So like I think 99% of Ethos users out there, most of them still build Ethos in full crit rate. So like this really doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless they make A2 a guaranteed crit as well. Otherwise, like I think the A3 always critical, it's not good enough. But again, like I said from the disclaimer, all the champions in this video, they're not bad champions. They're just not as good as you think they are. Seriously, like there are too many AoE damage dealers in this game that are better than Ethos, and this is a Void Affinity legendary champion, which is very hard to get. Like I think they should rather make Ethos like all of his skills has like something like 30% extra chance to crit. I think that's gonna be better than this, because most of Ethos users, they're still going to build Ethos with crit, so it doesn't really help, to be honest. Alright, next let's move on to Sacred Orders. A lot of the legendary champions here, is there any of them that is overrated? Alright, I see my next target here. Guess who it is? Another Void legendary, Sir Nicholas. Alright, well, technically everybody can get this champion. It's in a token shop. You can sacrifice 8 legendaries for Sir Nick. I think it's completely dog shit. 100% not worth it. Even if you got 8 duplicates, you should not sacrifice them for Sir Nick. Alright, because like this is a very old school champion and his in-game ratings are crazy good. But honestly, I think he is like a below average Void legendary, to be honest. Like again, this is not a terrible champion. If we're looking at the quality of all legendaries, I think Sir Nick is about in the middle. But if we look at Sir Nick as a Void Affinity legendary, I think he's a little bit below average. And these, like, he doesn't really deserve these type of ratings, to be honest. Like, again, I have to use the example of Magnar, an epic champion that hits harder, way harder than Sir Nick. And this is like, Sir Nicholas is known as a HP based damage dealer. Like he was the only one that is viable as HP based damage dealer before Magnar came to the game. And I think I did a calculation in my in one of my previous video. I compared the damage of a +4 Sir Nicholas, fully empowered Sir Nicholas, to a baseline Magnar. Obviously, Magnar can only be baseline because you cannot empower epic champions. And the conclusion is, a baseline Magnar deals around 30-40% more damage than a +4 fully empowered Sir Nick. It makes zero sense. Like, if a player wants to buff this champion, it's very easy. Give him more damage, give him more multiplier, and that's it. He just doesn't hit hard enough. And this is an unkillable skill, but you could literally just use a Man-Eater and it's better. Man-Eater is unkillable and block debuffs, right? So yeah, I think Sir Nick it's not there. Okay, so next, the Barbarians. Is there any champion here? Alright, so my next target is Turbo, another Void Affinity legendaries. I don't like this champ is not very popular in raid community, but like his in-game review is insane. Alright, again, I think he does not deserve that. He's not a bad champion, again, just kind of like Sir Nick. If we look at this champion as a Void legendary, he is a little bit below average. If we look at this champion as a legendary champions in general, he is right in the middle, right? But he does not deserve this type of ratings. This is a single target damage dealing champion. He hits super hard, for sure. But like, where can you use this champion exactly? Like, I mean, Faction War for sure, but like, there are other choices in Faction War. This is a single target damage dealer, right? And I think for a single target damage dealer to be good in this game, there has to be some extra turn mechanics like Rotos, Alright, you kill somebody and you get an extra turn so you can like get it going, but this champion doesn't really have that type of mechanics, so yeah, and his base speed is really low. It's basically like, okay, you one-shot one of the enemy and you're gonna wait for your next turn. This champion is just super squishy. Like, I mean, again, it's probably not this champion's fault that he doesn't have a place in this game. If Playroom design a content where you require crazy single target damage, it could be good, alright? Like, for example, if we do not have the unkillable clan boss meta, then this champion might be able to have its place in clan boss, right? Single target, PvE content. But right now he just doesn't really have a place in this game. He's not a terrible champion, but I'm just saying he does not deserve this type of rating. Alright, so for the Barbarians, actually I want to talk about another champion that was just recently buffed. Yakara the Scourge. Well, a lot of people were hyped about this champion because he was the only champion in this game that has a unique background, and he just got a rework. A lot of people think that he's finally gonna be viable in this game, and yeah, the reality is this champion is like, I feel like it's just another way of being bad. That's how I describe this his recent buff. It's just another way of being unusable. So it's a little bit unfortunate. I could be wrong, but I really don't see a place of this champion. Like, this is a damage dealer, right? And he's involved with some freeze mechanic, but the very weird thing is, like, if I try to use this champion arena, if he hits too hard, sometimes he's supposed to place the freeze on the enemy, and he hits too hard, he could proc a mastery called Resurgent, just instantly remove the debuff. So it's really weird. So like, and I think the mastery is like, if your damage exceed enemies 25% max HP, and they have 50% chance to just remove the debuff. Like 50% is way too high, and this is a damage dealer that can put up freeze. Basically, after you do the nuke, enemy has 50% chance to resist the freeze. It makes zero sense. Like, I think they should just completely remove the freeze part on his skill kit, and just make this champion a pure damage dealer and just be done with it. Otherwise, like, his only place is probably Faction Wars. Like, maybe I will make another video about this champion after I get the fragment from the clan shop. I can make a +4 Yakara. Again, I could be wrong about this champion. I personally don't think this champion is like high level arena viable. All right, and yeah, so like his buff is just, like I said, another way of being bad. So that's about it for Barbarian. Let's go to the Ogre tribe. Is there any legendary here that I think is overrated? Probably not. I think all these all these champions has its place in the game. And for the Lizardman, is there any champion that doesn't deserve the hype? Yeah, I think that is Chagger. I think I just made a video about Chagger like a month ago, right? I was saying Chagger is a super fun champion, which he is. He is a super fun champion. But like, where can I use him? Like, for real? Other than just trying to putting up some meme team in arena, like, I really don't see a place for him in the game. Like, I already sacrificed him for my Romantu. Romantu is like top tier champion, and Chagger is he's a fun champion, like, and that's about it. Like, where can you use him though? Right, other than making a meme team in arena, like I said, like, I think this skill really has to be 100% chance. Like, I have zero idea why Playroom designed this skill. 75% chance of sleep after book. Like, this is literally his signature move, right? Combining with the passive here, he just always counterattack and use A1 against the enemy, and this has 75% chance to sleep. Like, why not make this 100%? That is right? So like I think this champion, his review is this is overrated. He's a fun champion, but I really don't see this champion being used anywhere in the game. Like, look at this 4.9 Dragon Slayer. Like, are you actually using this champion Dragon Slayer? Right? It's kind of weird to me. So let's move on to the next. For Skinwalkers, is there any champion that is underrated? Overrated here? No, I think all these champions has its place in the game. Let's move on to the Orcs. Is there any champion here that I think is overrated? I think all these champions, like, none of them are overrated. There are some trash champions here, like Tealer, one of the worst champion, but like people are not using the champion anyways. So no, Orc is fine. What about Demon Spawn? Demon Spawn is probably the most popular faction in the game. A lot of PvP meta champion. Is there anyone that is overrated? If I have to pick one, it's probably gonna be Inithwi. Like, I know Inithwi is not very popular like amongst the players, but like his in-game ratings is really good. His in-game rating is really good. Like, but honestly, like 4.8 in arena offense, not really sure about that. Like, this skill just received a major buff probably a couple weeks ago, I would say. Like, I see a lot of content creator made a video about Inithwi. Like, this skill right now has 3.6 multipliers. That is insane. So like after the 10% damage from the book, this skill has about 4 damage multiplier, where Tronus A3 after book has 7.2 damage multiplier. So this is literally like around, this skill literally hits 10% harder than Tronus A3 single hit. So, but I think it makes sense, right? Because if he has too much multipliers, like he will be too OP because of this passive. Enemy killed by this champion cannot be revived. That's why like this champion is in a awkward position right now. Players are kind of afraid of buffing him, otherwise he will break the game balance. But like 3.6 multiplier on this skill, on this AoE skill, like there are just too many good AoE damage dealers that are better than him. Alright, so let's move on to the next. On their Horde, is there anyone here that is overrated in the game? I think there is. It could be a little bit controversial though. That is Battle Alcazar. Again, Battle is top tier champion, but this video is not about the champion is good or not. This is about if a champion is overrated or not. Battle was super popular, I would say in 2020. I think this was Chosen's favorite champion in the game. But right now, like, I see all my clanmates, if they pull a Battle Alcazar, they're gonna complain, right? This champion is probably not gonna help you anywhere. This champion used to be super popular in dungeons, but right now, at least in my clan, I think most of people are using the Dark Kill solo strategy, where you use one champion to solo the boss in pretty much like dragons and ice golem. And for Fire Knight, you don't need this champion anyways. In spiders, you don't need this champion anyways. He used to be popular when we only had like stage 20 spiders, where you can use enemy max HP champions. His passive will give them extra damage. It will give extra damage to those type of enemy max HP skills, but right now they're capped. That's why this passive is pretty much just nobody talks about this passive anymore. I think this champion is still good, but like a lot of people used to put this champion top 5 in the entire game, but right now I have to say this, Battle is probably like a top 30 champion in the game, not even top 20. And this is a very interesting cleanse, because if you use this skill against Torment, right? If Torment frees your team and Battle use this one, he cleanses all the debuff and he puts 2 continuous heal, and everybody just got frozen again. That's really weird. So I don't think Battle is really like arena viable, and his defensive stats is not that good. Like, I did a Battle video couple months ago. Like, I was just comparing Battle with Whittier. the reason that Whittier is so good is Whittier's base stats. Like, one of the reasons Whittier is so good is Whittier's base stats are much higher than that Alcazar. And actually, like, a lot of people underestimate the power of base stats. I can tell you this, as a defensive champion, base stats really matters. Okay, so let's move on to the next. Dark Elves. Is there any champion here that is overrated? I think not. Like, all these champions are good, to be honest. All these are good champions. And let's see, Knights Rev. Okay, is there anyone here that is overrated? Probably not. I think all these champions has its place in the game, right? I just pulled a Cavalax recently. I love that champion. So let's move on to Dwarves. Is there any champion that is underrated? Sorry, overrated? Yeah, I think Beauregard is probably the one though. Look at these reviews, and I think he is the first champion that added into the game that can do a AoE increased resistance. But honestly, like, I don't think he really does anything special, to be honest. Like, his A1 is place increased defense on one ally, attack one enemy. A2 is remove one random debuff. Like, one? Are you kidding me? Why not just make it remove all debuffs, right? And A3 is increased resistance, increased speed, and this is 10% less damage in a condition. So yeah, I don't think this champion really brings anything special to your account. And the only situation that you might be able to use him is if you want to farm Bumble, which is a boss 99% of players don't farm. Like, I don't think you need this champion Hydra, to be honest. Like, alright, let's say like you get 2 turns of increased resistance as a 4 turns cooldown. What about the 2 turns where you do not have increased resistance? You cannot rely on this, right? It makes no sense if you just want to completely rely on increased resistance in Hydra. So, and A2 is just, this is a terrible skill, I think. And like, I will probably give this champion like a 3 or 4 out of 5 in this game. Alright, so is there anyone else I think is overrated? Alright, I think I might say something very controversial here, because I'm going to talk about a champion that is everybody's favorite. That is Tronda. Alright, I think Tronda is overrated. Can you guys believe it? Everybody's favorite nuker. But first, I'm not denying this. Tronda is the hardest hitting AoE damage dealer, AoE raw damage dealing champions in this entire game. But is she that account changing though? Let's be real. Is she that account changing? She used to be honest. But right now, if you're in higher level of arena, let's talk about higher level arena first. Alright, we got Stone Skin, we got Reaction, we got Swift Parry. This is a nerf to the entire AoE damage dealing meta. It's not just about Tronda. Alright, she's not that popular now. If you're in high level of arena, if you just open up your defense log, you're pretty much not going to see Tronda. Seriously. Alright, let me show you guys my defense log. I'm in Platinum Arena currently. I just want to take a look at my defense log. Okay, so what do we see here? No Tronda here. Is there any Tronda I see? 0. No, none. 0 Tronda. Alright. Yeah, like as a top arena player, I can tell you guys this. During arena reset, the most popular damage dealer is gonna be Rotos. The second most popular damage dealer or dealers are gonna be the bomb champion. Those type of champion that can place bomb. The most popular choice is Lord Shazar. Then it's Astrolith, or our new fusion champion. What's the name? Galicia, the Gleeful, something like that. Are the new bomb champion, and really not many people using Tronda. Like, she is still the best. It's just her place in the game, right? And you might say like, I only speak as a top arena player. What about like people in Gold 4 or lower Gold 5? I can tell you guys this, if you're able to farm Gold 4 or lower Gold 5, you can literally do 99% the same thing with a Foley, with a Yakara, with any other champion. Or you can literally do the same thing with any other champion. If you don't really care about arena, all you are doing is farming Gold 4 or lower Gold 5, I think pulling a Trona is really not gonna help you that much, right? You don't care about arena anyways, and just getting a Foley or any other champion, they're gonna do the same thing. Maybe a Trona is gonna sometimes make your arena run, arena offense like 3 seconds faster, right? But I mean, yeah, she's still the best. It's just, especially as someone that do arena a lot, I'm seeing less and less Tronas in this game. Alright, so let's move on to Shadow King, the last one here. Is there anyone here that I think is overrated? Alright, so let's talk about Ninja. Shall we talk about Ninja? Is Ninja overrated? Probably not, alright? Ninja is a great champion. Guys, calm down, calm down. I know, I had this Ninja thing going on, but I will let Ninja go this time, alright? I think all the Shadow King champions here are decent. The only terrible champion here is probably Noble and Jinwon. All other champions, I think it's decent. Even the Corrado, I think it's decent. It's not that bad. Alright, so yeah, I guess that concludes for my list of overrated legendary champions in Raid Shadow Legends. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.